Spoiler, I'm not gonna talk much about today's drawing. I sketched a lot of nonsense on the same page, then I inked it, shaded it briefly with hatching, and then added 2 colors. I mean, here's the finished piece. Now, if you really want to know more, just watch the whole process of making it, but I'm mostly gonna talk about something else. And if you're extra nice and watch the whole video, then you'll hear me talk about the drawing a bit more towards the end. Well, hello there, I'm Detroit. This is the second time I've said that today, which feels weird. Not that I already recorded the audio to another video, but for this one. No, my audio recording didn't crash. Try again. When I began this drawing, I wanted to try live recording my commentary. I lasted maybe 10 minutes before I gave up. Before I get into that, 2 quick things I want to mention. First, subscribe and like this video. If you're into any kind of drawing tutorials, full drawing process, but also commentary and just random things in the audio track, you'll be very happy to watch my videos. By the way, if you've stayed long enough to hear this, thank you. You won't regret it, even if you've already seen the finished drawing. So back to what I was saying, I tried to record myself while I was drawing live. First off, it needed more preparation than I expected. Usually I just pop up OBS, click record, and then I draw. And I can take breaks if I want to, etc. Now I also had to launch Audacity, as for some reason I'm having trouble recording sound with OBS. That's still fine. But the thing is, because you never see my face in my videos, it was strange to imagine a live audio commentary. For my videos, I always record a script and tweak the audio so that I'm always saying something, like I cut off the breaks. But if you add breaks in the middle of the video and you can't see me talk or anything at the same time, it becomes weird. Do you know what I mean? So to take care of that, I had a fun idea. I could film my hand drawing on the tablet. Just my tablet in the corner of the screen so that at least you can see my hand expression. So I also had to set up a tripod and a camera. I was ready. I didn't have any music on for once because I hate drawing with headphones and I didn't want the mic to pick up the speakers and trash the audio, plus copyright. I even put up on my screen a short list of topics I could talk about in case I needed inspiration. Turns out I didn't need inspiration. What I need is another brain capable of doing 2 things at once, 2 active things. Apart from saying, well, hello there, I'm Detroit, I was immediately stuck. I tried maybe 3 sentences, which all ended up dying before the end. I just can't focus enough while I draw. Now, I'm completely fine with that failure, you have to understand. The truth is, I don't necessarily want to make a live recording of my commentary, because it would mean a lot of editing work, way more than what I do now. For example, this drawing you're watching took me 4.5 hours in total. There's no way I can talk for 4 hours, let alone make sense with what I say. And sometimes the drawing process is pretty boring. Like, now I'm inking. What more is there to say? The inking part lasts 2 hours. No, the reason I wanted to try was to get myself out of my comfort zone, which is a no, thank you. The other reason was that people on Reddit told me that I should try it. That's what Drawfee does and what Jazza does, for example. In any case, that's not my thing. I guess I'm sorry, people who told me to try, but I will never have an audio that coincides with what I'm drawing. It's not even only about concentration. It's also a form of pressure I put on myself when I attempt to do that. That's only with drawing too. I'm completely fine talking in front of a live audience. Even with 1 person next to me, I could be talking non-stop about the drawing process and make the whole audio commentary in one go while I describe the drawing to that person, even with the sped up process. But when I'm alone and in front of a microphone, I just can't find the words. And it's ironic because when I type my script, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just typing without thinking and it flows perfectly well. I rarely go back and fix something I typed. That makes my audio sound fluid, as if I was simply talking freely, but actually the whole thing is pretty much typed in a Word document. Maybe I should invite a friend over when I want to record my audio and just record a one-sided conversation with them. I'll probably try that at some point, because I have some ideas for drawing videos that involve 2 artists anyway. I think it's kind of fitting that I talked about that whole thing, the frustration of not being able to talk freely in a microphone, during this drawing. Much like I'm writing this without much thought, I drew the picture in the same way. For the sketch at least. It's just a lot of nonsense. Oh, and thanks for staying this far. This is the reward part of the video, where I actually talk about what I'm drawing. I'm sure you've also subscribed because you're extra nice. This drawing isn't actually technically nonsense. There are a lot of things I could even say are symbolic in the image. Some of them are part of other drawings I did or I want to do. Some are stories I'm thinking about. Some represent music I listen to these days. The water slide kind of thing on the right is inspired by the song and video Water Slide by the French artist Macbeth. The locked door on the ground is from a very short story I wrote for a friend recently. A ton of things like that. The whole vibe for the drawing was inspired by the artwork of the Distractible podcast, just in the way that it's a cluttered picture that you can spend a long time looking at. The color scheme as well is a bit inspired by it, although you all know I love oranges and blues anyway. I also wanted something cluttered for my phone because I want a new screensaver. I wish I could make that my new phone case, to be honest. I probably could find a website or two to do that and send me the case later. I wish Appeals could do something. This is not an ad, but if you read even one of my video descriptions, you can see that I have a link for the Appeals website where you get 10% off reusable stickers. You can even upload your own prints, although I can only recommend you to check out my designs. And each of my designs sold is a small percentage for me, so you can even help me out by helping yourself, I guess. This drawing is definitely going on the Appeals website. Only the problem is, the last time I talked to them, they had not yet figured out a postal option to send products to France, which is where I live. So basically, I've been uploading designs there for months, and I can't even get my own sticker for now. Once they set that up, I'm definitely getting this drawing on my phone or my water bottle. Oh wow, would you look at that? We're already done with the 4 hours of drawing. There's only the coloring left, which is going to be fast. The background is only one color. I wanted to add bits of orange here and there to emphasize some stuff. Really, it's a shame that I didn't talk more about the drawing process because I'm now realizing that I did put some thought into it. For example, there are 3 focal points. One of them is obviously the mouth in the center, which I changed a bit in the after edit off camera because it looked too much like a butthole. A second focal point is the lighthouse, and as for the third, I'll let you figure it out yourself. But it was all intentional. I specifically moved some elements around so that it would direct the eye to specific places. After the orange light bits, I added a very light blue in form of gradients around the eyes, the lighthouse, etc, etc. I'm recording this audio the same day I did the entire drawing, so I'm still in it, but I really love this piece. I think it looks awesome and it really makes you want to look at it for a while. On these good vibes, I'll ask you once again to subscribe, to like this video, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!